Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ablecraft. Now, of course, in the last episode, we built this iron farm. But you may notice that things look a little bit different around here. For instance, what is this giant thing here? And what's going on over here? And we've dug out an area here. Well, in a stream, I built a sugarcane farm and started a creeper farm, and I've just made some progress off camera. And this is all leading up to today's project that I am super excited about. But before we do that, most of my viewers aren't subscribed, so if you do like the video, then please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Now, our industrial area isn't the only area that's changed. If we come here, you can see that we've moved things around a lot, and we've got all of this storage down here. Now, I found that I quickly filled up all of this storage, and I had things in weird places, and I needed a considerable amount more storage. So we've got this little room down here that I've been working on as well. So a fair amount of time has passed between the last clip and this clip. And as you can see, I have cleared out a big area all up here. And I don't know if I've explained this yet, but obviously we have gunpowder coming from there, and that's a very weird noise with the trapdoors. And we have sugarcane coming here, and I want to visually create rockets. So I've been in Creative World testing mode, designing all of this redstone and things to create a rocket factory, and hopefully it will all look quite good and quite visual with things flying all over the place. So without further ado, let's get to building. And here we have the result. So we've gone for this quartz heavy design, which I think looks really cool, especially with the splash of purple and purple frog lights up in there. I think they're called pearlescent frog lights. And this design will be continuing all the way down there and all the way down here. Now over here we have a sugarcane farm that I showed off before, and then an auto dropper that will send the sugarcane up and back down there, and then it gets crafted into paper and the paper goes up there. Unfortunately, it only goes off when the sugarcane grows and fires. Otherwise, I could show you right now. But then over here, we have a hopper line coming from under the creeper farm down to there, and then it goes up through here, up there, the gunpowder, and then they all get crafted into here. Now, there's quite a bit of complicated redstone here, so I'm going to show you in FreeCam. So This is where the gunpowder comes up, and this is where the paper comes up. Now, initially, they will go into the paper will go into this hopper, which is just a hopper line through some pots down to here, and the gunpowder will do the same on this side where it comes down here, through this hopper line here, and then into the pots and into the shulkers. Now, what I've configured is I've configured it so that this comparator will detect when something is in any of these hoppers here. We'll come to the middle one in a moment, and it will then send a signal through which turns on this torch. So you can see that paper is currently full, but gunpowder is not. Now, when it reaches that hopper, it also sends a signal up here to lock this hopper and up here to lock this hopper. This then allows the gunpowder and the paper to go through here on both of these sides down into this autocrafter. And now I've hooked this autocrafter up to an AND gate so that it has to have a full hopper of ingredient on each side, gunpowder this side and paper this side, so that it will turn on this clock and then start crafting rockets. But because rockets craft 3 at a time, we've got this third line into the AND gate, and that will mean that if too many rockets have been crafted at a time, that it stops crafting. And then all the rockets go through the middle line, which then obviously has the same system as before and turns the lights on. So what this means is that we can get gunpowder in here, rockets in here, and paper in here as much as we want. And if we just take some rockets out, it will automatically refill it and we don't have to do anything. Now, in my ender chest, I do have a shulker box called Rocket Prof, and this is going to be my primary one that I have while I'm going out and about. And then I can come and swap it with this one. Now, if you're wondering how we've got these little icons onto the shulkers, then that is a mod that is called Shulker Plus. It's this one right here, and it allows you to use an anvil to configure the shulker boxes to have these cool little symbols on. This is Editor Clevprof here, interrupting your regular viewing because you, the viewer, has been chosen to take part in a mid-episode quiz. Now, this quiz is going to be testing your Minecraft knowledge. Now, you can think of your answer in your head, or pause the video and write it down. Question 1. This is to make sure that you've been paying attention to the video. What is the main resource used by Clevprof in the decoration of the tunnel in their industrial area? Is it A. concrete, B. purple glazed terracotta, C. quartz, or D. dirt? Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. The answer was, of course, C. quartz. Did you guys get it right? Now, on to question number 2. This is now on your general Minecraft knowledge. Which of the following is a renewable method of obtaining quartz? Is it A. trapping a load of frogs in a hole, B. bartering with piglins, C. stealing from your friend's base, or is it D. mining in the overworld? The answer was, of course, B. bartering with piglins. If you picked A, then I have to ask, what did those frogs do to you? Anyway, moving on. Question 3. What resource do piglins barter with? Is it A. diamonds, B. emeralds, C. chickens, or D. gold? It is, of course, option D, Gold. Could you imagine if you gave them chickens? Final question then. What is a renewable way of getting gold? A. From bats. B. From zombified piglins. C. From pandas. Or D. From wardens? It was from zombified piglins. Please let me know in the comments what your score was. And now let's get back to me, who is in the nether. We're here in the nether hub. This is the portal to our base. And if we head over here, you can see that there is an area with some scaffolding. And this is what we're going to be working on for the remainder of today's episode. Now, I've got a load of resources here. I've got shulker boxes of magma blocks, got some glass, some smooth stone slabs, some chests, and a load of other little bits and pieces. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building a gold farm and then having a bartering system underneath. Now, the gold farm is my own design, and I have gone for a sphere design, which you will see in the time lapse. So if I just click my fingers like that, you can start to hear the music come, and I think it's another time lapse time. So at this stage, I needed to get some piglins into my system because you can't really barter very well without having piglins. So I made a big netherrack square and I just flew up and hoped that piglins would spawn. And as you can see, some piglins did spawn. So I had to get rid of the hoglins first of all, and then I tried to lure the piglins, acting as bait, into the little hole. But what I had to do first was I had to name tag them so that they wouldn't despawn. And on the server, we have a data pack that allows for silencing of mobs. So I took that to full advantage, and I believe all of these piglins are just called silenced. And it took a fair while to get all of them in. Some of them were being quite awkward. But eventually we got 5 piglins in, which in my testing worked out to be the optimal number of piglins so that we don't get too much missed gold. Anyway, back to the time lapse. So that was an absolute mega project. Now, just to show the scale of this project used over 10,000 magma blocks. And as you can see, we've got all of these piglins spawning. And it's a very interesting design. It's my own design, and if we just land in the middle, just over here, built at the very top of the world, it is a hemisphere, and it takes advantage of every possible spawning space from the position that I'm standing way above the nether over here. Now, I know there are a lot more efficient designs. As you can see, we're getting sort of pools of piglins down here, but this is my own design and I wanted to give it a whirl, and yeah, it really is insane. So I'm standing up here at the very top of the world, and that means that I am the perfect distance away from the bedrock. That means that nothing can spawn underneath. So when I'm the only one online, like I am right now, this area here is the only area where mobs can spawn, and that of course will increase our rates. Now, something that I wanted to do with this was I wanted to have a kind of waterfall effect of piglins. So if we watch these piglins coming down, you can see that they're attracted to this egg here, and then they'll kind of flow all the way down, and you get this kind of cool waterfall effect. There we go, as they're all kind of dropping down. Now, it's been quite difficult to get the ranges of all of these turtle eggs in the right position. For an example, you can see that this bit is actually a bit too close to this turtle egg, and they're all getting a little bit stuck there. But occasionally they'll all just kind of notice the new egg over here and then head all the way down. And the way that we're killing them is just using gravity, so they come all the way down, like that one demonstrated there, and we can see this. It's raining piglins here, and then all of these get collected, all of them die, and all of their drops get collected into this hopper system here, this kind of weird crab-looking hopper system. And then it goes into our bartering farm down here. So what we've got first is we've got some rotten flesh filters, and I've put 2 of them, although I've only ever seen 1 active, and that takes the rotten flesh out and burns it because it's no use to us. And then that just leaves golden ingots. The golden ingots come along here into this craft, golden nuggets come down and then get crafted into ingots using this auto crafter setup. It then gets dropped down through this dispenser here, as we can see, and all of the piglins are picking it up and then bartering. Now I've put a cobweb here just to give it some time so that they're able to kind of look up and grab it. Go on, do it. You can see another one's just coming through there. A few of them are looking up and they grabbed it. And then when they've decided what they want to barter, they drop it into this hopper system, and then that automatically gets filtered into all of these chests here. If any gold does happen to make its way through, then it just loops its way back around over here. And then finally we have iron nuggets as a option from bartering, and this auto crafter system here converts them into ingots, and this just gets rid of anything that's overflowing. So if we just pop back into our body just like that and jump all the way down here, you can see all this fire was from lots of different ghasts that spawned while I was fighting this. So we'll have to clear all of this up at some point. But if we just head down here, then I have been AFK for a few nights as unfortunately I got a bit ill. I don't know whether you'll be able to hear it in my voice between the 2 clips, but hope I'm all mostly better now. But yeah, I used the time AFKing and editing this video. So yeah, we've got all of the different bartering things, and you can see we've got tons of gravel, tons of blackstone, spectral arrows, and lots of different stuff. I'll just quickly go through all of these. String, leather, crying obsidian, fire charges, ender pearls, iron ingots, and then we have all of the kind of potions and other bits and bobs. And I am actually smelting some of the iron boots into iron nuggets as well. I know we've got an iron farm, but you can never have too much iron. Now, the main purpose of this, as you'll have seen in the quiz, again, let me know how you did in that, and also let me know what you thought about having a quiz section in the video. It's something I've never done before, and I think it worked really well. But the main one that we're after is quartz. So let's grab all of this quartz and head back to the base. I'm back down here where we started the episode off, and we have all of our kind of visual rocket making facility and all of our industrial area. And what I want to do is I want to continue this tunnel design all the way down there. So we've got all of the quartz in these shulkers here, and some other resources and bits and bobs that we may need. So if we just break this block here, it should all be done just like that. And as you can see, I have continued the tinted glass from the creeper farm. It does have to be tinted glass so that light doesn't get through. And I've continued that all along so that we can see inside the creeper farm and see what's going on. Now, we have hit this massive cave, so I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. But I think the next farm that we want to do is going to be in this space here, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys. If you have any suggestions, please do leave them in the comment section down below as to what farm we should make next. But now, if we head down here, you can see that we have quite a lot of rockets, and I want to make a little bit of profit. So let's head over to the shopping district and see if we can make a rocket shop. So this is what the shopping district currently looks like. We've got our golden carrot shop and our mending book shop, and there's a few scattered chests, and then Freddo has actually come on and built this slime shop, which I think looks really, really cool. Lots of flashing lights, and yeah. Now, something else you may notice is that this mountain over here is looking a little bit bare, and this is because we are actually planning on taking this whole mountain down, hence the beacon, and we're going to be putting more of the shopping district there. Now, I think a really good place for our rocket shop would be around here. You've got this nice little sort of cutout area that kind of matches the shape of the design that I'm going to be going for. And I've gathered a few resources together, so let's start building. We're making progress, and this is my design that I've come up with for the bottom. Now, I haven't actually explained what we're going to be doing, and it may be pretty obvious, but we're going to be building a rocket. And it's not going to be one of these red and white stripy ones. It's going to be something based on the Space Centre in the UK. Can't remember what it's called. I think it's called like the UK Space Centre. But anyway, in that Space Centre, there is a rocket that was used in one of the Apollo missions. And there's a cafe underneath where you can kind of sit under the rockets, and you can kind of look up into the engines, and that's what's really kind of inspired this. So obviously it's a shop, and we need somewhere to sell all of our stock, so this is going to be where that is, but it doesn't look the best at the moment. We've only got the base of a rocket, so I think we need to build the midsection and the top section. So I got a bit carried away, and I've already built all of this up to this height here, which, for context, there's our little carrot down there. and we're almost level with the top of the mountain. Well, not the top of the mountain, but where we've trimmed the mountain to. And I haven't actually had a look at this yet, so let's fly away. It is raining, so. And look back. Okay. I'm liking it so far. As you can see, I've kind of done this kind of stripy thing with the orange and purple, which is obviously our channel colours. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Just trying to gauge height here. Maybe that's about sort of 2/3 of the way up the kind of body, and then we'll kind of make it go in a bit up here. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's get on and see what I can come up with for the rest of it. And there we go. Haven't actually looked at this from a distance, so let's hop up here to the mountain, and I can already tell that that looks really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. There is a block missing, well, incorrect block just there. So if we just try and land here, oh, nice landing, and just break that one, there we go, because we've got this kind of stripe of concrete. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you think. I think we probably want to maybe add some kind of sign or something, maybe something that says rockets along there, but I think that might be something that I get to in another episode. But anyway, guys, just looking at the time on my screen, and this has been quite a long episode, but it has also been very sort of. It's taken a while to produce this as I've gone away in the middle, I've been sick, and yeah, we have made so much progress. We built, obviously, the shop behind us, which I'll probably stock off camera. We've made all of the rocket factory that's actually going to be providing the stock for the shop. And then we had all of the decoration for the tunnel down there, the industrial area. And also we had the massive gold farm. Again, 10,000 magma blocks went into that. Yeah, this has been a bit of a longer episode. I think I'm just kind of experimenting with different formats. Maybe next one will be short. Who knows? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, then be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. And while you're down there, be sure to subscribe, and you can catch all of the Ablecraft episodes. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye!